Before watching the video, don't forget to subscribe the channel and enable bell notification to never miss an update from us.
And for those who are watching us for the first time, this is a descriptive segment. So over here we talk about the news events in a bit of details, and although the details have been filtered out as per the examinations, but still it is detailed information. So for those who want to practice the questions as well, that is, if you want the questions practice for objective examinations, you can attempt quiz every day at Entri app. There is an app where everyday quiz is updated. About 10 to 15 questions are updated every day. You can go to that app and you can download it from Google Play Store. Go to the app. You can select whichever language you prefer for your quiz or for your questions practice. And once you do the registration, you also get 7 days free trial. So go to the app, download it, check out the app, and also you can take everyday quiz over there free. Now we'll be moving ahead with our segment. So the first news event that we are going to cover is ICC T20 and ODI teams of the decade. They have been announced recently. So who is the player of the decade? Who is the team of the decade? As per ICC for T20 and ODI, we are going to have a look at that. Now over here, before we move ahead with the listing, over here the questions most of the times will come directly, and that is going to be as it is asked. So you need to know which category has been given to which player, right? So let's have a look. First is ICC Men's T20 International Cricketer of the Decade. So Men's T20 International Cricketer of the Decade is Rashid Khan. Then Women's T20 International Cricketer of the Decade is Elise Perry. Then Men's Associate Cricketer of the Decade is Kylie Coester. Women's Associate Cricketer of the Decade is Catherine Bryce. Then ICC Spirit of the Cricket Award was given to MS Dhoni. Now over here, as I told you, they'll ask you direct questions. The other form of question can be, for example, ICC Spirit of the Cricket Award has been given to MS Dhoni, right? So first question can be, who has been awarded ICC Spirit of the Cricket Award 2020 recently? Award of the decade recently, that is MS Dhoni. Second, MS Dhoni was the or has been announced as the winner of ICC Spirit of the Cricket Award. Which country does he belong to? That being the second form. Right, and the third form, since MS Dhoni has retired from international cricket now, so he had announced his retirement recently. Which award of ICC was given to MS Dhoni for the decade awards, right? So there are various forms of questions that can be asked. Even in women's category, they can ask you in men's category. So you have to know about all of these information alongside, right? So direct answer and indirect, both of them need to be known comparatively. Right. Then moving ahead with the listing, this is not all. Then we have Sir Garfield Sobers Award for ICC Male Cricketer of the Decade, that is Virat Kohli. And Rachel Hayhoe Flint Award for Female Cricketer was Elise Perry. So there are two awards. One is Sir Garfield Sobers Award, that is for male cricketers, and it has been given to Virat Kohli. On the counter, female award is Rachel Hayhoe Flint Award, and that has been given to Elise Perry. Right. Then men's test cricketer of the year of the decade is Steve Smith. Men's ODI cricketer of the decade is Virat Kohli, and women's ODI cricketer of the decade is Elise Perry. So Elise Perry is women's ODI cricketer. Elise Perry is Rachel Hayhoe Flint Award winner, and women's T20 international cricketer. 3 are for Elise Perry. Virat Kohli, men's ODI cricketer. Virat Kohli, Sir Garfield Sobers Award. Right, these are the one which have been given to Virat Kohli. Right, these are the repeating ones. Then captain of ODI of the decade and captain of T20 international of the decade, both have been given to MS Dhoni. Right, so here we have made MS Dhoni given into 2. Then ICC T20 international team of the decade. So Rohit Sharma, Aaron Finch, Chris Gayle, Abde Villiers, Rashid Khan, Lasith Malinga, Kieron Pollard, Jasprit Bumrah, and Abde Villiers. They are a part of the team of the decade. Then ODI team of the decade: Rohit Sharma, Virat Kohli, Shakib Al Hasan, Abde Villiers, Ben Stokes, Trent Boult, Lasith Malinga, Imran Tahir, and David Warren. These have been selected for the team of the decade. Direct questions are going to be asked from here. And ICC skipper, ICC test team skipper is Virat Kohli. Right? Then we move ahead to Digital India Awards 2020. Now, in Digital India Awards, these awards are basically going to be given on 31st of December, that is the end of the month. But certain announcements have been made, so we'll be taking care of what announcements have been made and who was given these awards. First of all, who instituted this award? This was instituted by National Portal of India. What was the purpose? Why were these awards instituted? Excuse me. So why were these awards instituted? Basically to promote the idea of digital India. So when there is competitiveness in the market, only then the quality is also tending to increase on the part, right? So if there are two competing brands, in that perspective, if you're competing on the same part, you'll be making things better for the consumers while you are competing with the other brand. And that is how government has decided to bring in Digital India to force. So National Portal of India started this digital awarding. In the pandemic category, Bihar has won. Right, so in the pandemic category, there's an innovation in pandemic situation or a category. In this, Bihar has been awarded as the winner. Why? Recently, in the times of pandemic, to 21 lakh of stranded workers were there outside Bihar. Financial assistance was provided to them by Bihar government under Bihar Sahayata mobile app. Bihar Sahayata mobile app was launched, and this in turn helped all these 21 lakh workers who were outside Bihar. Right, they were provided 1,000 rupees were given to these workers who were outside or stuck outside Bihar for their sustenance. Right, and this is why this app as a whole has brought Bihar to bringing on the level of award. Then, apart from this, earlier UP had been announced for excellence in digital governance. Right? Excellence in digital governance is basically a category which decides on the digital presence and the display of high level of intra-department integration using digital method. So for that part, since UP has started point of sale based or POS based mobile food distribution, online billing is being done. Food grains which are being purchased, all of them are being paid online. GPS tracking of vehicles is being done for food transport. So UP has introduced a lot of measures for digital payment and digital tracking and stuff. So for that purpose, this award has been given to UP. There are two other categories: Open Data Champion and Exemplary Product. Both of these category winners have not been announced yet, since the award is to be given at the end of the month. So they'll be announced soon, and we'll be talking about them then. Then 1% cash payment norm in GST has been introduced. This has been announced by Department of Revenue and CBIC, Central Board of Indirect Taxes and Customs, that has introduced this. So when is it going to come to force? 1st of January 2021, this is going to come to force. Now, what exactly is this? What do they mean by 1% cash payment? There are about 45,000 taxpayers who will have to pay 1% of the tax in cash. Why? So that fake invoicing that most of the taxpayers use to curb the tax, they use fake invoicing. So to block that thing, government has decided that 1% of the 1% of the tax has to be paid in cash. It is not applicable to those taxpayers where the registered person has received a refund of more than 1 lakh, or if the partner has paid more than 1 lakh as income tax, then they don't have to pay 1% as the as cash mode of payment, but otherwise they have to do. And this is mandatory for business who have monthly turnover of about 50 lakh. So greater than 50 lakh monthly repayment is there, a monthly income is there, turnover is there, then it is mandatory. So that brings about 45,000 taxpayers under the rule of it, right? And the new rule also restricts the use of input tax credit ITC to discharge the GST liability over here, right? So moving ahead, 100th Kisan Rail has been introduced now. So we all know in the budget 2020 it was announced. So we all know how this had come to force. That was via budget 2020 that this Kisan Rail had been introduced in India, right? And the first service of Kisan Rail was launched from Maharashtra to Bihar. That was from Devlali to Danapur, and later on was extended to Muzaffarpur also. So it was introduced at that time, right? But now it has increased in that from August 2020 to December, 100 Kisan Rail have been introduced, and this 100th one is from Maharashtra to West Bengal, from Sangola to Shalimar. Right now, what does this Kisan Rail do? It helps in transportation of vegetables and fruits for that part. Oranges, grapes, bananas, capsicum, cauliflower, cabbage, all of these. This is basically for speeding up the transportation of fruits as well as vegetables, right? So for this purpose, refrigerated parcel vans have been created by Indian Railways. They have a carrying capacity of about 17 tons, right? So vans have been created with capacity of 17 tons, as these parcel vans have, and these are procured in Kapurthala rail coach factory, right? Now 9 such vans have been created as of now, and they can be used for this transportation purpose. Apart from that, subsidy has also been given. 50% subsidy on transportation of fruits and vegetables is also being given as of now, right? Then Madhya Pradesh Religious Freedom Bill 2020. Now, this is going to replace the Religious Freedom Act of 1968, right? And this bill is also being called as Anti-Love Jihad Bill. Now, according to this, what has happened is that forceful conversion of religion has been stopped. So anyone who forces religious conversions, they will attract a fine of about 25,000. 25,000 fine is going to be there if religious conversion is being forced, right? So a replacement of 1968 act is there. It is anti-love jihad bill. Now from one religion to another, if someone is doing willfully, that is fine, but via marriage, via threatening, via force, via conspiracy, all of these come under the forceful conversion. And complaint registration can be done either by parents, that being mother or father, or any organization for that matter. And penalty is going to be 50,000 on the part if the conversion is being done of a woman, a minor, or someone of scheduled caste and scheduled tribe. So if SC/ST or minor or a woman is there, then the amount doubles itself. Now, why is religious freedom coming to news? The reason is that recently in the International Religious Freedom by United Nations, International Religious Freedom of United Nations, UNIRF, according to them, India had downgraded to tier 2, right, in the tier 2 listing. So for the first time, it was placed under countries of particular concern. And who were the partners, or you can say the same occupants? That was China, North Korea, Saudi Arabia, Pakistan. So India has downgraded. And what were the reasons? Citizenship Amendment Act, then National Register of Citizens, abrogation of 370, Article 370, anti-conversion laws. All of these have brought India to a downgraded level for the first time since 2004. So that is one of the major reasons why this whole religious freedom is coming to news. Now, which article, according to the Constitution of India, guarantees us freedom of religion? That is Article 25 to 28. Article 25 to 28 is the major, or you can say the article which guarantees us about freedom of religion, right? Next, US new bill on Tibet. Now, what is here in US new bill on Tibet? Tibetan Policy and Support Act 2020 has been introduced by United States of America, which is based on Tibet Policy Act of 2002. Earlier, United States did not recognize Tibet as a, we can say, independent entity, and that is the reason that it did not even allow the president of Tibet, who's currently in exile, it did not allow it to travel to United States. But now they have you can say made peace with them, as we can say, and they've given a certain identity. So their fundamental rights, their environmental rights, their human rights, all of them have been addressed in this Tibetan Policy and Support Act. Now, what have they commend over here? They have commended His Holiness the Dalai Lama for his democratic governance. Also, it commends the Tibetan exile community to successfully adopt a system of governance over here. Then also protection of environment, protection of water resources of Tibetan plateau. They have been there are provisions for this particular thing as well. The traditional grasslands of Tibet that have also been we can say recognized and identified, and their importance have been taken care of, right? A United States consulate is also going to be set up in the capital of Tibet. Now, what is the capital of Tibet? That is Lhasa. This is very important now that you must know what is the capital of Tibet. That is Lhasa. Who is the president of Tibet, who is currently in exile? That is Losang Sangye. He is the current president of Tibet. That is again a direct question that can be asked. Now, a few one-liners. The scientists have discovered a new species called Portulaca ligi, and it is a wild sun rose in the Eastern Ghats with a less amount of petals also. And this has been discovered in Eastern Ghat area. The other thing, then, which state have they been discovered in? It has been discovered in Andhra Pradesh, right? So, if state is asked, that is Andhra Pradesh. If place is asked, Eastern Ghats, right? And what is it a type of? It's a type of rose flower. What is the unique thing about it? No hair on leaf axis, and the flower color, that is reddish pink, right? Then India's first driverless train has been introduced, and that is on Delhi Metro's Magenta line, right? And this is going to be regulated by the committee of Delhi Metro. And over here, the question is going to be asked, that is which line and where. Then Indo-Tibetan Border Police has launched internet-based liquor distribution system for the retired personnel of ITBP. So ITBP people who have retired recently, they can online order their liquor. That is the new facility that has been provided, and is also going to be extended. A portal has been created and will be extended to current serving people also. That is, they can also book or order liquor, because there are people who have retired and they can't get the particular brand they want. So for that purpose, online booking has been allowed for retired personnel and the current serving also, and may extend further. So over here, the question can be, who has launched it? That is going to be ITBP, or Indo-Tibetan Border Police Force, right? With this, we'll be winding up the segment. Thank you so much. It has been wonderful to interact with all of you. I hope you all like the session and it has been all informative for you as well. We'll see you in the next video. Until then, goodbye, take care, and have a wonderful day ahead.